The scream hit like a slap across the face. "You lost my son." Karen's voice tore through the bright fluorescent aisles of the supermarket. Raw and furious. Shoppers froze mid-cart push. The sharp scent of spilled orange juice mixed with the faint tang of floor polish hung heavy in the air. Connie stood behind the customer service counter, heart hammering against her ribs. But her face stayed steady. She had seen Karen's before. This one was nuclear. Karen jabbed a manicured finger straight at Connie's chest. "This is your fault. Your people were supposed to watch the kids. Where is he? Where is my Max? I'm calling the police right now." Connie took a slow breath. The cool air from the dairy section brushed her neck. She could still hear the echo of little footsteps from 10 minutes earlier when she had found 5-year-old Max wandering alone between the candy shelves. Face streaked with tears, clutching a half-melted chocolate bar he never should have reached. "Ma'am," Connie said, voice low and even, "your son is right here. We found him in aisle 7. He was calling for you." Max peeked out from behind Connie's leg, small shoulders shaking. His tiny hand gripped the fabric of her store apron like it was a lifeline. The boy's sniffle cut through the sudden silence louder than any scream. Karen's eyes flicked to her son for half a second, then snapped back. "No. You let him wander off. This store is negligent. I'm a paying customer and you people just lost him." Her voice cracked with outrage. But underneath it Connie heard the lie. The woman had not once looked down at her child since she stormed in. Connie's stomach twisted. She had watched the whole thing on the monitors earlier. Karen glued to her phone, laughing at some video, pushing the cart with one hand while Max tugged desperately at her sleeve. "Mommy! Mommy!" The little voice on the footage had grown smaller and smaller until it disappeared down the aisle. Connie had felt her own chest tighten then, the same way it was tightening now. "Ma'am," Connie said again, "let me show you something." She lifted the tablet from the counter, fingers steady even though her pulse roared in her ears. The screen glowed between them. Security footage rolled. There was Karen, eyes locked on her phone, completely oblivious. Max's small figure tugged at her jacket once, twice, 3 times. She swatted his hand away without even glancing down. Then he was gone.
Wandering. Alone.
Karen's face drained of color. The rage melted into something uglier. Panic mixed with pure denial. That's fake. You edited it. You set this up to make me look bad." Connie didn't raise her voice. She simply sighed, the sound heavy and tired. "Ma'am, this is live security footage. Time-stamped. You ignored your own child. Then you blamed us for your mistake." The words landed like bricks. A few shoppers had their phones out now, recording quietly. The soft whir of the overhead fans mixed with the distant beep of registers. Karen's breath came fast and shallow. She looked around, realizing the crowd was no longer on her side. "This is ridiculous. I want the manager. I want your job. I'll sue this entire store." Security guard Alex arrived at a jog, radio crackling at his hip. His boots squeaked on the polished floor. "Ma'am, I need you to lower your voice and step back." Karen spun on him. "Don't you touch me. This is discrimination. I'm a mother trying to shop and your incompetent staff lost my son." Max whimpered. Connie knelt quickly, wrapping an arm around the boy. "Hey buddy. You're safe now. We've got you." The child buried his face in her shoulder, the faint smell of strawberry shampoo in his hair mixing with the store's artificial lemon cleaner. Alex's jaw tightened. "Ma'am, we have a zero-tolerance policy for false accusations and creating a disturbance. You need to leave the premises." Karen's mouth opened, then opened again. She lunged forward, hand reaching for the tablet like she could erase the truth. Alex stepped smoothly between them. "That's enough." The next few minutes blurred into chaos. Karen's heels clicked sharply as she tried to storm past. knocking over a display of chips that exploded across the floor in a noisy cascade. The crunch of crushed bags filled the aisle. She kept shouting, voice hoarse now, accusing everyone of conspiracy. But the footage was clear. The crowd murmured. One older woman shook her head and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "She never even looked at that poor baby." By the time the police arrived, Karen's face was blotchy and streaked with angry tears. She tried one last time, voice breaking. "He's my son. I would never." But Max lifted his head from Connie's shoulder just then and said in the smallest, clearest voice, "Mommy forgot me." She was on her phone again. The words hung in the bright supermarket air like a final verdict. Karen was escorted out in handcuffs for disorderly conduct and creating a public disturbance. Her cart sat abandoned, groceries half-bagged, one wheel still spinning slowly. The wooden store announcement board above the aisle still carried the printed policy, "We put safety first."